จะได้คำพูดตัวเฟซบุ๊ก
while at the same time we that make one of the richest language in our region. With these few words, I once again extend my heartfelt welcome to everyone present here. So thank you for being a part of this important occasion, and I wish you all to have a very wonderful and meaningful.
For a heartfelt welcome address. We truly appreciate the warmth and the words that you shared with us today. Now to share the story behind this incredible linguistic journey, I invite Oyappa Arulbamai, Director, Ministry of Defence, Government of India, and who is also the Vice Chairman of the Luangdilat Commission for the Olympic Games. He will give us a brief concept note of the Luangdilat Khuang, formation of the Commission, its history and journey. Sir, the stage is yours.
I'm not sure specifically this is a concept around note, things like that, but I just want to say things which are in my mind, the journey that we have undertaken, and share with you some of the things that we felt are important to know. First of all, respected chief guests, addressing the Kamai, guests of honor, Bok Tipua, and Brother Kainong, Brother Benjamin, Office of Legal Welfare Association Delhi, and his colleagues, the President of the Federal Students Union and his colleagues, the representatives of the My Citizens Forum. Thank you for this time. As you know, we have the launch of the Luangdilat Khuang at different locations at Turkey, Shillong, Imphal, Lucknow, and other cities like Pune, Bangalore, and Mumbai, simultaneously on the 1st of April, and at Guwahati on April 4th. And today, we are having here at Delhi. As a member of the Language Commission, it is a tremendous pleasure and also one of relief to see the culmination of the work that we started over the previous year. We cannot thank you all enough for the patience with which you have waited for us to complete this job. You will find when we release this book that it is not as big a volume as so you will receive such a small book so long. It can be small enough so that you really around as soon as by the way,
Khâu thì đúng thêm dài thôi.
Luangdilat Khuang is pronounced
Let's sit here.
Luangdilat Khuang because it's based on Luangdilat
我
Khuang.
们读的好。
This donation has to go up. Accurate. But then we'll have to accept variants of that going forward. The book has 2,500 word by word translation. The book has two parts. Luangdilat English, that's up to halfway, and then from English to Luangdilat. So you can search it from either language. You can search from English to Luangdilat or Luangdilat to English, either way. And then background of the commission. In November 2013, Zillianro Gaudi and all Zillianro Students Union appointed the first Zillianro Common Language Commission, comprising of 5 members, way back in 2014. And Master Khalid was there. The commission successfully published the Zillianro Lat in late 2015, for 2 years. But unfortunately, not much to be done to popularize it. But it is still a handy book, and this present commission had to go back to it very frequently in our work. Then on 19th November 2018, the Zillianro Gaudi and all Zillianro Students Union authorized the Luangdilat Citizens Forum to carry forward the Zillianro Common Language project. And the following members were appointed as the Luangdilat Commission members. Dr. Inum Kibe Zilliang as the chairman of the commission, Aaron Pame as the vice chairman, Dr. Ingang Pame as a member, Whitwell Pame as a member, Wikuan Go Kui as a member, Zian Chui as a member, and Dai Riamai as the Luangdilat Citizens Forum representative. So we have 7 of us. On 6th June 2020, we were given letters of appointment. And on 12th June 2020, the commission created its first WhatsApp. And on the 20th June, our first online WebEx meeting was held. If you recall, 2020 was the time of the pandemic. We deliberated on how we should proceed and what kind of product we should aim at. We felt that we need to have a stock of words in Luangdilat to begin. So we decided to produce a word book which we will be launching today. To be sure, we are not creating a new language as such. We are only re-establishing the connection again between our blood brothers through this common language effort. We gave our first report at the Chimairong Enclave on 19th November 2021, and a second report at a virtual meeting on 28th March 2023, and our third report to the LCF through a virtual meeting in November 2024. As I said, this commission was created during the pandemic time. So we began with the virtual meetings, and even otherwise also, we had to conduct the meetings in virtual mode all throughout the time, because the members were scattered on different cities of this country. Some were in Delhi, some were in Shillong, some in Aizawl, some in Pune, Mumbai, Bangalore. All these places we were scattered. So we could not come together physically. So all our meetings had to be virtual. And when the COVID disruptions happened, we could not even meet for a long duration. Even though we could have met virtually, you know how COVID was. And we were concerned with people, some of the relatives were affected, and all the atmosphere that there was during that time did not allow us to come together frequently. And if you are wondering how we worked at it, we were working on Excel sheet, data input of the translation of the individual dialects. We were putting in Rome words, putting Liangmai words, Zayamai words, Inkui words at different points of time. And then later on, Inkui Denver could not continue to do the work because of certain pressures, so we had to let him go. it was unfortunate, and we hope that we can still work with them in the future. One of the challenges we found were the differences in translation in individual dialects, because there were differences in northern and southern Zemes, even within the same dialect. Lianglan had its northern and southern distinctions. And of course, Rome also has its hills and valleys variants. So we had to be careful, and we had to think in a more simplistic way. And then when we had put all these words together, then the comparative analysis of each word were done. Then when we see that two of the dialects have a common root word, we would pick that word as the common Luangdilat. Some of them, many of them, are similar. So after all these English, Zemai, Liangmai, Ronglat, and Hukulat were done, then comparative analysis of each was done, and then we deliberated on the most suitable word for Luangdilat. Like I said, if two or three were common, that's a more easy. But if the three were different, then we have to deliberate on that. And so it wasn't easy, because some of the words, for example, I feel very strongly about, because I like that word to be Luangdilat. Maybe a Lianglat is sounding so good that I think it is the most accurate. I would like to pick it for the Luangdilat. But the other member would be feeling differently. He would feel that, oh, Zelat has got its unique meaning and it's very good. So unless we were open to each other, there could have been deliberations in the group. Thank God for all the members being very accommodative, receptive, and there's a spirit of compromise. Otherwise, it would have been very contentious. If any of us was dogmatic, the deliberations would have been unending. We tried to meet once every week, but work and office schedules, including traveling, official capacities, do collide, and so sometimes we couldn't even meet once a week. But we did try to make up by meeting more than once a week to make up for that. And we had calculated, rough calculation, and we felt that cumulatively some 300 hours of man hours have been put in for this work. But why Luangdilat? Though our common ancestry is beyond dispute and our shared culture is evident in our daily lives, much have been made by some of us who have made the dialectic divergence of Impui, Liangmai, Rongmei, and Zeme a tool for disunity, separation, and exclusivity. If language alone is a determinant for inclusion in a tribe, if you think that language alone determines which tribe you belong to, what about the outsiders speaking our language? Would you call a Manipuri knowing how to speak Rongmei at Rongmei, or someone from some other state coming and live for 10, 15, 20 years, their children growing up learning our language, would you consider them your own tribe? So language alone cannot be a determinant for a tribe. Or if our sons and daughters who can not speak our language, living in a foreign country, living in cities, are not able to speak our own language, do we pass them out? So language alone cannot be a determinant. But because we make such a fuss about dialect and language, we have made this effort in the hope that it will bring about the feeling of oneness, which should already have been there with all the sameness and similarities we have, even physically, culturally, geographically, historically. But we harp on this one thing that is not seen and say the Luangdilat project is an effort to deconstruct the myth that we can no longer re-establish ourselves into one common identity because our dialect or our languages have become mutually unintelligible. We say that we cannot understand each other's language, so might as well go different ways. That we can no longer come together again. If that be the case, then let's create a common language. In addition to all the similarities that we have, there's just one more tool for us to come together. That's why Nagaland. In our course of our work, we have to constantly keep in mind that our work is an humble step in the effort to counter this centrifugal force and to bridge the linguistic gaps among our corporate dialect groups. While we acknowledge that this work is by no means perfect, and the Language Commission members are not linguistic experts, it is a labor of love and dedication to a common cause. We embarked on this work with the hope of sowing the seeds for the possibility of future generation of humankind. We realize, as had been already pointed out, that language is a living entity, constantly evolving and adapting to the changing needs and realities of its speakers. As such, we aim not for perfection, but for progress. Our goal is to lay the foundation upon which future generations can build, expand, perfect this common language, enriching it with their own experiences, expressions, and innovations. In compiling this workbook, we have drawn upon the shared linguistic roots of the cognate dialectic groups, seeking commonalities and embracing difference. Each word, each entry in this workbook is a testament to our shared heritage, our shared aspirations, and our shared commitment to a future, common future. In the course of our work, we have observed that many words come across the dialects are the same or share remarkable similarities. This commonality greatly facilitates our task of unifying the language. It also emerges that Liangmai is the middle dialect and will serve as the backbone of the common language when we fully develop. To ensure a more comprehensive coverage, we have to coin new words, new terms for English words that we were not represented in any of the dialects. This process enriches the vocabulary and ensures that the common language remains relevant and robust for all users. We do not seek to erase or diminish the unique dialects and expressions that characterize each of our four cognate groups. Rather, we believe that by embracing a common language alongside our individual dialects, we can enhance our ability to communicate, collaborate, and celebrate our shared identity. We hope that this book will serve as a catalyst for unity, dialogue, and a bridge for exchange, and a beacon of hope for generations to come. We encourage all who use this word book to approach it with an open mind. I'd like to stress, you have to approach it with an open mind, a willing spirit, and a sense of curiosity about the possibilities that lie ahead. If you look for perfection, if you look for gaps and spaces, you will find it. But it is a work that you have to build upon. In closing, we extend our heartfelt gratitude to all those who have tasked us, supported us, and contributed to this endeavor. We are also grateful for the dialect dictionaries that were available at our disposal. We have grown substantially from them. We are especially grateful to our families who stood by us and believed in the work we were doing even when we ourselves were in doubt. May this workbook be a testament to the enduring spirit of collaboration, the resilience of our cultural heritage, and the boundless potential of language to bring us closer together. May all Luangdi mind join this journey with optimism, determination, and commitment to build a Luangdilat that reflects the best of who we are and the possibilities of who we can become. We are also contemplating to bring out Luangdilat self-taught guide, which will have 5 columns: English, Luangdilat, Zelat, Lianglat, Kronglat, and common conversational phrases to move along. There is an email address given in the book. Please do email us your feedback, word to be added, or anything to do with Luangdilat. You can please write to us. It will be an honor for us to address them. While addressing this issue of dialect difference, let me stress this. We have to shed this mentality of walking away. We are famous for walking away in anything. We don't agree with something, we walk away. Whether it's social, cultural, religion, whatever it may be. We don't sit together and deliberate and fight healthily with each other. We don't look for correction from within. We just up and walk away. Silently, quietly. Because we don't like what is going on. We don't see the need to change, but to just go away and start something else. We have to shed that mentality. If you see that there's a problem with the Luangdilat Khuang, please don't walk away. Let us improve it. Suggest to us what can be better. Let's correct and rebuild from within. And now we see, sadly, what disunity can do to ourselves. We are seeing other tribes bullying us, harassing us, encroaching on our land. As we speak, things are going on. We need to do whatever we can to bring unity. And since the basis and reasoning and justification for separation is difference in dialect, Luangdilat is yet another tool to tie us together. I hope the people carry it forward. I look forward to the day, as we all do, that we hope Luangdilat will help to realize it. Thank you. Kilometer.
Thank you so much, Sir Aaron, for the wonderful, clear and concise presentation of the concept note.
Lloyd?
Thank you for taking us behind the scenes of the wonderful work. I'm sure this workbook, or I think you can say dictionary, will serve generations of students, educators, and language lovers. I think we can all give a round of applause for the Luangdilat Khuang Commission for pioneering efforts and dedication for this workbook to come to life. We thank you for your commitment. So before we move on further with the official unveiling of the Luangdilat Khuang, I would like to highlight, Dr. Hainil and Sir Aaron have also mentioned this in their presentation, but I would like to once again highlight why Luangdilat. So the reason we are speaking in English today is that a common lingua franca is necessary for the Luangdi mind. So this is not a new idea. It's been a vision of the Zelenrong people since the 1970s. Zelenrong Lat was published by all Zelenrong Students Union and Zelenrong Bauli, and it was later adapted to a Luangdilat app that was used for a period of time. However, it's crucial to recognize that we are not creating a new language, as said before. Rather, we are reviving and re-establishing a language close to Luangdilat that was once spoken in Nagaland civilization. The Luangdilat is not meant to negate the existing Luangdi dialects. On the contrary, it aims to enhance and preserve the rich linguistic diversity within the Luangdi. So a great example of this is the Meitei language, which is Meitei Loan, which was introduced in the 1970s as an extracurricular subject at Manipur. So today it has become a regular subject in schools, as we all know, with students required to study it up to class 10 and pass on examination. So the idea is if we come together with a shared vision and
Yeah.
work as one, future generations will remember our contributions.
Yeah.
So we are shaping history, and it's up to all of us to be part of this remarkable journey. So the grand launch of Luangdilat Khuang, a comprehensive Dongdimai dictionary comprising of around 3,500 words, was also held at Zaloke, Nagaland, Haflong, Assam, Imphal, Manipur, and major metro cities across India, including Pune, Kolkata, Bangalore, Mumbai, Shillong, Guwahati, and today in the capital city, New Delhi. So that's wonderful news. So the Dongdimai culture is a treasure trove of traditions, customs, and values that have been passed down through generation. So our language, dress, music, and art are all unique and integral parts of our cultural identity. So as we commemorate the Chuk ceremony of 1934, we can immerse ourselves in the rich cultural heritage of the Dongdimai community and be part of this momentous occasion. Next, so now let's turn our attention to one of the pillars of today's event, that is the launch of the dictionary, a monumental effort that reflects years of dedication and collaboration. And now, the moment that we have all been waiting for, I now invite our chief guest, Dr. Achimbil Kamai, to come up to the stage to officially launch the dictionary. So let's give her a round of applause. Ma'am, if you may kindly come up to the stage. So you can just open the ribbon. Yeah, and that would be the official.
I, Achimbil Kamai, today launched the Luangdilat Khuang for the Luangdimai people.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Now I'm delighted to call on stage Shri Matthew Gonmai. So he is a man of many hats, a dedicated social worker, and someone who is always ready to take on various roles and responsibilities for the welfare of a community. He is also an advisor of Zenirong Welfare Association Delhi and also a member of the Luangdimai Citizens Forum. We are deeply grateful for his unwavering support and tireless efforts. Sir, you may come and greet.
At the very outset, I thank the Almighty God because today history is in the making for our people. It's been a long journey. The Luangdimai people, or wherein we call also the Delhi people, we have been yearning for a pretty long time, decades together by the way, to ensure that we will have a common working language again. And before I go further, I would like to draw your attention how we all started. Of course, the Vice Chairman of the Commission, Aaron Palmer, has already mentioned elaborately on that. But I, for one, who has also been associated with this commission since the start of the commission, I happen to be the one who introduced the, let us say, the motion in that inquisition held in the year 2012 in Jaluki. I moved the motion because many of them who came today, who were there that day, asked me the rationale and the motive and why we should be having this, what we call the language commission. And to my best level, I tried and presented the matter, and all those members present unanimously, without any opposition from any quarter, the motion was passed. The commission was established since then, that is in the year 2012. But much before these two, if you go back to even the mid-80s, even way back there in the conferences held earlier, this yearning, this exercise has actually taken off, but in the form of a commission, in other words, in the form of giving responsibilities to select people to start working on it was not done. So officially it was started in 2012. And that is why I want to say today, the result, the book that we're having today is a milestone in this journey. That is why I began that way, that we have every reason to thank our God, because all of us who are here today, only not those people who have worked earlier, but all of us who are here, all of us are partakers of this great, great historical making that we are partaking today. Therefore, I want to congratulate all of you who are here this evening, and more so those who have taken the trouble to come up with this book, the Language Commission. The Language Commission was reconstituted again in 2012. We have 5 members in the presence of Dr. Ilong Kibe, who was asked to be the chairman, and our brother here, the vice chairman here himself, our brother Aaron was the secretary then, and the rest of the 3 members, we have Ose Caleb here with us as well, and then Uncle Ramkui Nime from Hablong there, and then I, Daniel Zillian. But as we said, because of so many working issues, since most of them are not in the same station, nothing much could be done though. But during the journey also they had published what Luangdilat, and I think many of you must have come across that book as well. I have some few copies of them. If some of you would like to have one, you can have again. But in the advanced form, so to say, today we have in the form of a dictionary, Luangdilat Khuang, not Khuang. Khuang, it should be a little bit up. That we must keep in mind even as we go ahead. In the year 2018, this language commission, the Delhi Commission, the Delhi Language Commission was redefined, and the AZSU, the body and other frontal organizations have unanimously decided that yes, this time around we must hand over this work to the Luangdilat Citizen Forum. I'm not here actually to discuss the philosophy of Luangdilat and so forth. I hope Delhi people also will have more time to discuss about this as well. Let me also recall one very important event as well. In the year 2011, the Delhi Citizen Forum was formed here and there in Delhi actually. And the LCA is the improvised version of that Delhi Citizen Forum. So the vision since the start, we have, premised upon ourselves on one people, one vision, one voice philosophy. So this language effort is one big step to realize that one people, one vision, one voice philosophy. And that's why Delhi is, let me tell all of us again here, is a privileged location, by the way. I think this is not by accident. People out there in in the homeland, Assam, Manipur, Nagaland, or even people who are living elsewhere, they looked up to this capital city called Delhi. Since many years down the line, they expect a lot from us. And I think we are living up to the expectation of people also by being a part of this history making today, and even in the past as well. And by the way, let me recall you further. I'll pick the points here and there. Since it is not a seminar, or this is not a paper presentation, so the connectivity here and there may not be, or not in the form of paper presentation, but I'll pick some issues here and there so that all of us can also refresh our minds again how it all started also. The Language Commission, when we first of all formed or established in the year 2012,
the executive office asked me also again to draft what they call the term of reference for this commission. And very interestingly, some few points. These are the letters served to them in the year 2012, 13. But the term of reference which were mentioned in the spirit of the house discussed at the Dimki session is clearly reflected here. For why we are having a book here and why we all started here, I think this term of reference, let me just one by one mention or refresh our minds today again, so that we will understand why we're all here. We will understand why the commission had to work so much, despite the fact that they are not together in one location, despite the fact that they are busy in their own office work, other assignments elsewhere. And now, the term of reference goes like this. Number one, the commission must take full cognizance of the great yearning and desire of the